I'll try to keep this video short, although usually I fail at that.
2 hours later.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this post-release video of the Iron Workshop. Now, I want to take the opportunity to talk a bit about the release of the mod and what I'm planning for the future. And also to wish all of you a happy new year. It's certainly going to be a much more happy year for me now that the mod is released. It's nice to see that all the effort that has gone in the last year finally pay off. You guys have been very supportive. Obviously there are some people who don't necessarily understand why the mod was released in the state that it's released, and they're looking for the standard things that you usually see in other mods, like focus trees, generals, very accurate borders, and those things will be there, but some of you understand that the mod has been released to test the new features that I've introduced into it. Right, so as you all know, this is an alpha release, and that means that a lot of features are missing from the game, while many others have been added into the game. And I have to admit that I'm quite happy that things are running more or less smoothly. There are a few bumps here and there, but overall things look fine. Especially the Security Council feature, which is quite a big one. I mean, you may not see it when you use it. It just seems like a couple of votes and that's it. But a lot of thought and design has went into the system. And in the future, I'm definitely thinking about expanding it. So let's talk a bit about what's coming next for the Cold War mod. First thing that I'm currently focused on is to fix bugs, major bugs, crashes, things like that. And later on, I will go on into, first of all, completing features that are currently in the mod but are not finished, like the various laws, the ministers that you have. Currently, these things don't really do much, and they don't have any triggers, and we should probably fix that before we move on to new content. Now, some of you know that me personally, I'm not obsessive about focus trees. I don't think that that's what makes a mod good. I think the focus trees are supplementary to systems that the mod already has. Just clicking a focus and have it do some effect that has been done many times before in other mods or in the vanilla game is nothing special. So I don't think that the focuses themselves are that critical, especially at this point. Obviously, they add flavor to the game. They make the timeline move forward, but it's not really that critical at this point. They will be added, but you have to understand that doing focus trees is quite a tremendous task, since you have to do a lot of research before you even start coding the focus tree. There's a lot of graphics involved. It's quite complicated, and at this point I really want to stabilize the mod to make sure that it works properly with all the features that it already has before we move forward to adding new focus trees. The next steps are, as I said, first of all, fix major bugs, make sure that mechanics that are currently in the mod work and that they are implemented. The next phase would be to start adding content. I will say that I'm quite careful. I do have to emphasize the fact that I'm a bit careful about adding too much content before La Resistance is out, since, as we all know, Paradox DLCs usually ruin mods, and I really don't want to spend half a year just fixing the whole mod again when La Resistance is released. So there will be additions of content, but before the release of La Resistance, which I think is quite near, there won't be major additions to the game. One thing that is critical for me to add back into the game is the technology tree, since unlike generals or correct borders, that is quite a critical part both of the period, the Cold War, and obviously from gameplay mechanics. The thing is that when you start working on text, it touches so many aspects of the game and things can really go bad. So you need to be very careful about what you change, how you change, and I'm still planning how to do these changes, since I do want to make something more special, more unique, and not just throw in some text and so that'll be like, here you have text, go away. Okay, that's not my point. That's not my goal. Okay, so it's time to wrap this up. So thank you guys again for downloading the mod, for being so patient and understanding. This thing is definitely going to improve, but please note that I will need your help, since I don't know if all of you who are watching know this, the mod has been mainly developed by one person, myself, and I am getting help from another person who is probably going to be contributing quite a lot in terms of technology when we finally implement that aspect of the mod, but there is still a very small team. So we will need your help tracking bugs, suggesting things, and helping us to improve the mod. Obviously, I'm talking about constructive criticism. There are things that are wrong with the mod, but I do want things to be respectful, since it really is much more complicated than it may seem when you play it. Right, so have a great new year, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Hey guys, if you like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Check out these other videos on the Iron Workshop that you might enjoy as well. Please consider supporting the Iron Workshop on Patreon. This will allow the channel to grow and become even better. Thank you.